Well, guys, day 46, hearing God practically, and it has finally come to this, the only place I could find that was quiet, my beautiful car. At the beginning of 2020, I asked God for 3 words. Actually, I just asked him to speak to me from his heart for the year. 3 words came. Hope, which I was kind of like, wah, wah. He's been talking to me a lot about hope. 2 was bees, a picture of bees. And 3 was Isaiah 58. If I've ever wondered whether I really hear from God, those 3 words and the unfolding of 2020 clearly says, yes, God speaks, and he speaks beyond what we can now imagine. Looking back, wow, hope is absolutely the word that I needed, that the world needed for this year. We all needed it, but personally, we went through some things in our family that I had to cling to hope, and not just cling to it, work to be hope, to embody it, to let it be who I became, because apart from that, I think that I could have just crumbled into a pile in the corner and lost who I am. Hope, that one word, has positioned me to trust God. And the beauty is, yes, I needed hope. Yes, we've needed hope. But 100% God has shown up. I have seen God be the God of hope and of miracles more in 2020 than ever before in my whole entire life. Bees. Let me read this quote to you from drbeekeeper.com. He says, in Christianity, the bee has historically been seen as a symbol of Jesus Christ's attributes. The honey reflecting his sweet and gentle character, while the sting pertaining to justice and the cross. Wow, if you're alive, or if you were alive in the spring and summer of 2020, let that sentence about Jesus sink in. The justice and the sting with the sweetness, all for the freedom of every human being. Incredible. The word for bee in Hebrew is the word Deborah. Deborah was the 4th judge of Israel. She was a female judge, and she uniquely led her people out of oppression. Wow. Such a right word for 2020. Isaiah 58. First, let me say this. I don't fast generally. If you told me to do a big long fast, I would struggle with it. Jesus told me to fast, but he just said, don't put any rules on it. Just walk with me and I'll tell you what to do. When it's time to eat, ask me about it and I'll show you what to do. So it was literally a minute by minute fast. I ended up going 7 days without any food, and it was truly a transformative 7 days. It was cleansing. I felt so good, so connected, so clear, so full, quite honestly. I never would have done it if Jesus had told me to do a 7-day no food fast, because my mind would have jumped into the way of all the reasons why I couldn't and why it would be hard. But more importantly, look at the word of Isaiah 58, and I'm begging you to go read the whole chapter. If it isn't a chapter for this season and what God's doing, and if you're watching this in hindsight, look back at where we were right in the middle of 2020. This is what Isaiah says, and I'm just going to read a portion. Go read it all. Is not this the fast I choose, to release the bonds of wickedness, to untie the cords of the yoke, to let the oppressed go free, and to tear off every yoke? Is it not to share your bread with the hungry, to bring the homeless poor into your house, when you see the naked, to cover him, and not hide yourself from your own flesh and blood? Then you will call, and Adonai will answer. You will cry, and he will say, here I am. My bit of encouragement for today is hear from the Lord for what's to come in the coming year, whether it's New Year's or not. Just start now. God, what are you saying for the next year, for what's to come? And then to Isaiah 58 fast. When we move in the justice of God in the earth, when we embody it, you will cry to Adonai and he will answer you. You want to hear God's voice? Embody his heart of justice for those who are oppressed. This isn't about being a Republican or a Democrat, or even ultimately about legislation, but about our heart and how we express it in our day-to-day life. You want to hear God more? You want to go deeper? Embody the heart of God for the people that you live with in the day-to-day, the people that you may not see but they live a few blocks away from you, take on the fast of God to release the oppressed from the yoke. There's a PDF attached today. Check that out. We sent it out at the beginning of the new year, and it helps you. It's kind of a one-pager on hearing God and hearing Him for the year. And then here's our prayer for today. Jesus, what encouragement do you have from your heart to mine for the coming year? Listen there and then keep processing it with Him.